I was always interested in what makes things work and in what makes biological systems work. And I didn't know which aspect of biology would be most interesting to study, so I did a degree in biological sciences, which was a very broad course, and I ended up specialising in microbiology, working on microorganisms. I enjoy understanding what makes things happen inside cells, inside living organisms, and understanding how we can change that for the better. Oh, there's always so much to learn about the human immune system. There's a long way to go before we really understand what's happening. We have good ways of making vaccines. I think we could probably develop better ways of making vaccines. And one of the good things to come out of the pandemic is a much greater level of understanding and greater interest in how we can improve on the way we produce vaccines in future. I think you need to be curious and to accept that not every experiment you do will be a success, but you should always learn from your failures and continue to develop your hypotheses and to test them and to learn a lot from other people as well. Well, everybody experiences failures. It's part of life, it's part of science, and it's definitely part of research. It's important to reflect on why the failure happened and to learn from it and to continue with the research. It's very satisfying for myself and the whole team that we work with. There's a very large team who worked really very hard to develop this vaccine, both in Oxford and at many clinical trial sites around the world, and at AstraZeneca, the company who were developing it. So together we've achieved our aim, and I'm very pleased that we've done that. Well, now I'm returning to some projects that I was working on before the pandemic started, developing vaccines against 3 viruses that we already knew about, and those are MERS coronavirus, Nipah virus and Lassa fever virus. I think we should reflect on how important international collaboration has been in responding to the pandemic. We wouldn't have been able to make progress as rapidly without really good collaboration between countries, and we should seek to do more of that as the pandemic comes to its end. I think that people should be aware there are very many different branches of science, and there's something that is likely to interest everybody. Some scientists work a lot at a computer with data, other scientists work with people, and we have lots of different options for scientific research, for the deployment of scientific products, the products of scientific research, be they drugs, diagnostic or vaccines. So I think for anybody who's interested in what happens in our lives and how we might be able to improve them, there's some aspect of science that will be relevant to them. I think the advice to women is that I would give is the same to men. Find find something that really interests you, study it and continue to work in that area as long as it still interests you. Well, it's a great honour to be selected as a Peace Prize laureate, and I really would not be in the position I'm in without the work of many, many of my colleagues who've all shared my values in bringing this vaccine into development and making it available in large quantities around the world. Well, that's not something I've been thinking about a great deal over the last couple of years. I suppose for me, peace is the absence of conflict, and it's the state that we would like to have everywhere, so that we can not have to worry about conflict, but concentrate on improving our lives in other ways.